Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of the Resident Evil 5 playthrough. We are now on to chapter 1-2, Public Assembly.
1-2, 1-2. Testing.
Uh, 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 Testing 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1. Anybody know what number comes next? Now, as you can see in my handgun there, it went from 10 to 13 bullets, and you may ask, why is that? Well, what I've done for this Let's Play is, the only thing I'm not showing off is in between chapters, when you finish a chapter, you get results, you get points, and in between that, you get an upgrade system where you can use, you can sell the treasures you found and money you found in the chapters, and you can use that money to upgrade your weapons, such as firing speed, ammo compatibility, powerful, and you can also buy additional different weapons, like when you, let's say you beat chapter 2, you can get a different handgun that if you want to replace the one you have right now since the very start of the game.
The game's just missing the sort of creepy merchant guy from Resident Evil 4. Then wouldn't he look a bit out of place, like in a random bit in Africa?
Hey, he looked out of place in the Resident Evil 4 to begin with. And again, Stephen is joining us with this LP. Well, not commenting with us because for some reason we can't get his lazy arse to commentate with us, but he'll be joined throughout the gameplay wise.
You just punch a woman, Andrew.
Oh, she's affected. She'll be fine. Look, she's melting away.
I'm melting.
Oh, what a world! What a world!
Whoa, he's gonna fucking hug you there, Andrew.
Yeah, there is bullshit moments where like that where you get a headshot, but the enemy can still grab you without a head, and you still have to break free. As I mentioned before, there's 3 types of grenades. There's the hand grenade, which is just like as it says, a hand grenade, explosive. Then there's the incendiary grenade, which are red, and they spill out fire. They're like your fire grenades. Blue are the flash grenades, and the flash grenades will come in very handy, which I'll explain later on in this LP. There we go, that's a lucky headshot there. That's the thing about the handguns. I think it's the handguns only. You can increase the amount of rate that you can have for a headshot. A headshot is an instant kill. For these guys anyway. There you go, Stevie.
Steven, you're fucking savage.
Yeah, the melees when you from behind your enemy, the melees that you do from behind, as you see, like Steven cut in the throat, they're instant kill, so they shouldn't get back up. The circle button here is your partner action, which you can use to command to do things like open doors or toss your partner up to a level that you can't reach, or command, or in fun fact, you can actually thank. That's your way to communicate with your partner if you don't have a headset in the game itself. You can just press the circle button to say like thanks, thank you when your partner gives you an item or helps you out with your health. I'm thinking I'm just gonna get these guys just because they don't get in the way. Booyah!
I like how they come through like through the wee gaps like a fucking whack-a-mole or something like that.
Whack-a-mole with guns. And if you hold down the circle button, you'll get a list of phrases that you can tell your partner. And you can do that by pressing the corresponding button on the D-pad, like up, down, left, or right. Another tip for using the D-pad on the inventory. In your inventory, you have 9 spaces, and you can only have 9 items on your inventory. If you place your items on the up, left, down, and right of the inventory, you can instantly switch to those items by pressing the corresponding button on the D-pad. So you don't have to go into the inventory just to select equipped your item. You can just press left on the D-pad and you're instantly from a handgun to a shotgun. So say if you're in a situation where you can't afford to reload and you need to switch to weapons, switch to with the corresponding button and you're good. L2 is, if you hold down L2, you get to use your knife, and your knife is essential to cutting up boxes and crates that have ammunition or money. But if you really know what you're doing, you can still use the knife as a weapon against the enemies, but only if you know what to do, because it does count as damage, but the damage is very minuscule, like very little. Thank you, Stevie.
Whoa, they just like swooshed in at the same time.
And look at this. We timed this just right. Just to show that we are boss.
Oh, what's that?
That is an antique clock. You get unique treasures that you can sell once you bet the chapter that give you a fuck ton of money. These can range from like clocks to pendants to gems.
This might sound like a really noobish question, but you know, like the antique coins in Resident Evil 7, is it sort of like along that lines, or is it completely different?
The antique coins are completely different. Well, in a sense, like the antique coins in Resident Evil 7 are used to get health upgrades or steroid upgrades to increase your health and strength, and to unlock one gun that's in the cage. That's the only point the antique coins are. The money here is much more rewarding because, again, you've got a fully upgraded system here. And what I picked up is the shotgun. This is the first shotgun you get in the game. The shotguns are best at close range. Very effective at close range.
Hey, what's wrong?
This woman brings back memories.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, 'cause something happens here, doesn't it?
Will Colin be right?
Oh shit.
We couldn't save her in time. How does Chris not get freaked out by that?
He's went through a lot of therapy.
And she's down.
Wow.
Yep.
How anticlimactic for such a cutscene.
Because that unique model is actually given a full backstory and a unique name, where she's called Allison. Where they don't mention it in the game, but they give her a backstory like she was in some sort of geography, journalism travel that led her to here, and she ended up where she is right now, dead. Her name was Allison. And her unique model actually causes what's the next phase of Las Plagas to encounter, where it's the cephalo. A cephalo is basically a big, large tentacle that pops off the head and wiggles all over the place, full of spikes.
That sounds disgusting.
Oh, you'll think this is disgusting when we eventually fight them in this game, but because the problem with the cephalo is that they can pop up anywhere. Sometimes you get a headshot and it dies. Sometimes you get a headshot and the tentacle pops up, wiggling all over the place.
Japanese with their tentacles and that.
And yeah, you can see that I've left in the subtitles so that you just can see you can hear what the characters are saying. Hello. I like that. It's like, I'm gonna slowly get up, giving you plenty of time to aim your weapon. Okay, I'm on my feet.
Moron.
Thanks for breaking those for me, Stevie.
Thanks.
Thank you. Again, you can share ammunition if you don't have that particular weapon. So say if Steven picked up shotgun shells, he doesn't have a shotgun, gives them to me because I've got the shotgun. And you know what? In a weird way, it kind of makes you feel good that you have a partner when you're playing along this game with a friend. You know, someone you trust and knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to when you play with someone who has no clue what to do and you have to guide them.
Are you hinting back at that time where you were showing me how to play the game?
I can vaguely remember it, actually, to be honest. I can vaguely remember it.
My headset wasn't working, so you had to like just sort of talk to me like I was listening.
Talking to myself like an absolute moron. And you had to communicate through phone, I believe.
Yeah, it was so cryptic.
This emblem right here is a BSA emblem. They serve nothing but to unlock costumes for your characters. So say, like, for example, if you get 25 or 30 emblems, you get a safari outfit for Chris, which is essentially a suit and a jacket, but with zebra colours and white hair.
So do the costumes, do they like enhance your performance?
No, they're just a cosmetic, but what is cool is that they change in cutscenes as well. They're just cosmetic to make you look different. They don't give you, like, powerful abilities or anything like that. They're just, like, again, in cutscenes like this, they'll just change the appearance of your character. And yes, because it's Capcom and they're Japanese, there's some of the costumes are really, really weird. I'm looking at Chris's warrior outfit, where this is essential, all he's wearing is black leather jeans, some army boots, and nothing else. All his chest, with sunglasses, with his hair gelled back. And he's called Warrior.
Right.
And let's just say, what has been seen cannot be unseen. But Sheva gets a really odd one as well. She gets a little Red Riding Hood outfit in this game.
Okay.
Hey, hang in there.
But there is one of the favorite costumes I like to have with Chris. I don't show off here in this LP, but one of the outfits Chris has is his Stars uniform from the first game.
Or they ran away.
And it is good to put that on, but it's a bit weird when you see him with this bulky body type with his arms and biceps.
We got the data, but Alpha Team is down. Irving got away.
Roger. Relay the data from the vehicle at the storage facility.
Relay the data from the vehicle because we can't be fucking arsed. Any questions about the plot so far?
I think I'm understanding it so far.
Well, what do you understand? Let's recap. What do you understand from a person who's never played the full game?
Well, there's a virus going around.
Okay, simple enough. I'll take it.
Yep, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
There we go. There's our ID PSN names, so feel free to add us if you want. Me and Steven are up there. I doubt that you'll be able to find us.
Mine's is a complete secret. You will never know.
Much appreciated.
You're the secretive type.
Thanks.
Well, you're gonna have to. Let's see how long you can keep that up for. Now we're heading into the oil facility.
I know what this place is like.
Handgun ammo and some money. We've got to have money.
Nice Tom and Jerry movie reference there.
Here we are. I wonder why it's showing us in a cutscene. Maybe this will be important later on.
Nah, it doesn't look important.
You think? You've picked up the furnace key.
Cutscene, key, not connected whatsoever.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to be proven wrong. Cutscene. And yeah, during this LP recording about a month ago, me and Steven had to practice not to skip the cutscenes because the amount of times we played this and we instantly pressed the select button to skip the cutscenes. It's like for this part, it's like we realised we were recording, we're like, okay, we're not to do that. Whatever you do, don't skip the cutscenes.
So if you tried to skip it on your end, it would skip on his end?
No, if he tried to skip it from his end, what would pop up on the top is a skip button, and then it's like it only skips if both of you have pressed it.
I think that's what got Alpha.
Welcome, Mr. Uroboros.
Say that again?
Yes, that's what's called. This is Uroboros. This is the virus in the game. A new type of virus. This will be explained later on in the plots, which I won't spoil for now. But the bad news of this virus is that it's weak to fire. So what to do for this strategy is go back into the room that we picked up the key, knock over the gas canisters, wait till they're stuck on that creature, shoot the damn thing, and then shoot it while it's dazed.
How can that thing even see?
It's a creature. It's a video game, that's all I'm saying. Now, what we're doing here is we're actually luring it into this room, where if you close the door in time, you can actually set this place ablaze. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting the bat canister so that he's stuck in here, I get out, and as soon as I get out, Steven will close the door. That way he'll stay there and he'll be trapped and he'll be burnt.
Great work, Stephen.
But here's the thing, if you fail to reach that door, you'll be burnt to death. Trust me, it happened 1 or 2 times back in the early days. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
Well, that was fairly easy.
Yeah. I can imagine someone watching this, like, they're having the hardest time of their lives getting through this boss, and they see this and like, what? It was that fucking easy? Hi, Jim. Bye, Jim.
Does Jim have a backstory?
Nah, he's just there.
Ah, decoration.
Must never run again. And look, just some spare ammunition. Oh, you're here. Oh, you fought this boss, huh? You won. Here's some ammunition for you.
That would have been really useful earlier on.
Add an insult to injury. And also the game has these sections where you're both of you need to be at the center and ready to press the circle button to initiate a load screen to a new area. So both of you need to be ready. Hence why when one player's ready, it says ready in blue. That means you have to wait for your partner to get to that location so that you can insert the next area. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Let's go.
He seems to be enjoying his laptop, doesn't he?
Aye. Look at that smuggy face he had.
Got it.
What was that thing?
You know, Colin, if you have any more questions, feel free to shout them out.
Okay, well, what's that suitcase? What? Oh, it's a laptop.
It's a laptop. It's an army laptop.
Okay, I thought it was a suitcase.
We could have gotten
The
there.
BSAA are the biotech. It's kind of like an FBI but for bioterrorism attacks around the world. They stand for Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance. This was funded after the incident in Resident Evil 4, which is mentioned here in this piece of dialogue right now.
Hell, the people here, they're acting like those Ganado detailed in the Kennedy report.
That's a reference to Resident Evil 4.
Something new. Something
So,
we've never encountered
are all the Resident Evil games, are they all sort of like connected?
Yes, but they're like years apart in terms of timeline. Like Resident Evil, and here's a thing: the years that they take place are the same years that the game is released. So like this is in the game's timeline. This is in 2009.
Oh yeah, because in Resident Evil 7, there's like bits which
Make reference to that.
make reference to 2017.
Aye. But it's weird when you play the first game when that came out in 1996. The game's timeline was 2 years in the future. Now it's like 20 years in the past.
expendable.
And with that, we'll see you in the next chapter, folks. Toodles.